Oh, God, it smells so bad. Guys, welcome to episode number 31. Whoa, hit the mic. I'm just killing these today. Episode number 31 of the Hold On To Your Butts podcast. Today we talk about Justice League. We talk about the Avengers Infinity War trailer, what we think is going to happen in that movie. And the Game Awards are next week. So we go over most of the categories and give our predictions for what we think is going to happen. And we introduce the Lancer, the biggest trophy that we've ever had, the only trophy we've ever had. Anyways, sit back, enjoy the show. Bye! Talk about it. Oh!
But I do that with mouth.
Oh, like an acapella? Maybe when we do our spoiler review of Pitch Perfect 3.
What is that noise?
That's me doing that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode, I didn't check again, 31? Episode 31?
I've lost all track of time.
No, I have it open. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 31 of the Hold On To Your Butts podcast. We're so glad you joined us. It's been a couple of weeks. We do apologize for that. We do have a Friendsgiving episode that I never got around to actually posting.
So, it was a drunk fuckfest.
Yeah, it was a drunk...
Well, there's no
I wasn't on that one.
Buddy was actually downstairs.
Yeah, you weren't on the one. We were in that one. What's happening? That's gross. That's really gross. So, yeah, we didn't ever post that one, but I think we can get back there and post it. I also want to apologize here. I'm a little hoarse today. I don't have much of a voice. We watched the Ohio State game last night. Again, this is a Columbus, Ohio-based podcast, so we are big Buckeye fans. And unfortunately, they did not make it to the playoffs, even though they are Big Ten champions. Probably the right call. Anyways, I screamed a lot during that show and during that game, and so I'm a little hoarse. I do apologize for that. Anyways,
shouts out turf.
Yeah,
the man's
I
the
who
turf.
fixed the turf, man. And the dude with the rake showed up like this is crazy. Guys, well, episode 31 of the Hold On To Your Butts podcast. Of course, we do this show for you, the fans. We so appreciate you tuning in and listening to us whenever you can. Again, no commitment here. You know what I mean? Don't feel like you have to be tied down by our podcast. We want you to go out there and listen to other podcasts, but just come back to us. You know what I mean?
Better fucking listen to them.
But you better fucking listen to us. This is what we're trying to say. So I'm joined as always by Buddy and Wyatt. You know, the standards today. No EVs. No EVs.
Yeah.
Has it been a while since we've had you, isn't it, Bud? I mean, when was the last time we did a show with you?
It's been about a month.
Yeah, man. That guy's been really good. I mean, like, really good. Like, a lot better than Buddy. You know what I mean? Like,
I see how it is. Yeah.
No, we're so glad that you're back with us, Bud. Of course, we got a lot to talk about on today's show. Before we get into it, remember that this show is brought to you by, I don't think I've even shared this with you guys, we do have a sponsor.
Whoa.
This show is brought to you by the Thurman Cafe. That's right. The Thurman Cafe, located in the heart of German Village. Biggest burger in town and best burger in town. You guys are fans of Thurman Cafe, right? I mean, the Terminator. I will say that maybe the best kept secret about the Thurman Cafe is the wings. The wings there are fantastic. And I think people don't think that when they go there. Now, if you're not familiar with the Thurman, it was on Man vs. Food. It's sort of like the Columbus staple. If you come to Columbus, you get a Thurman burger. It's just what you do. But
get wings.
Yeah, don't sleep on the wings, because the wings there are actually very delicious. So
they're giant.
Fantastic stuff. So, Thurman Cafe, thank you for being our sponsor. We appreciate you. We love you. Go to Thurman Cafe. Tell them the Hold On To Your Butts crew sent you, and they'll do nothing. We don't have any kind of deal there. But just go, you know?
And you'll
just
like
go.
the food.
Yeah. And also, remember that you can be part of the show. Reach out to us. It's GEEKS at HOTYB.co. We'd love to hear from you. So a lot to get into today. We're sort of we got to play catch up on a couple of items that we haven't had a chance to talk about, and we have a couple of big things coming out next week. So next week's gonna be a pretty crazy week. We've got Star Wars coming out, and the Game Awards are next week. So I think this is a good
next week. It's 2 weeks, right?
For the Game Awards or for Star Wars?
Because
for Star Wars, it's 2 weeks. You're right.
2 weeks. This weekend's the 8th. The weekend after that is like 14th.
True. You're right.
So we have the 14th and then the 8th. But the Disaster Artist comes out this week. You guys haven't.
You speak the true. Have you ever seen Cloud Atlas? They have this weird made up language that they speak in it. Have you read it?
I read it. Yeah.
That's what they talk like. You speak the true.
I kind of remember that one.
They make fun of it on Rick and Morty, which, by the way, guys,
you keep saying
Rick
this
and Morty.
every
Just fucking watch
episode.
Rick and Morty. It's so good. It's so goddamn good.
Wait, was Cloud Atlas good? Do you remember?
It was pretty stupid. It was with Channing Tatum. It was fun. It wasn't like mind blowing or.
That's one that
I
had,
think it was
like,
the Wachowskis.
Tom Hanks and like various different characters.
Yes.
They kept.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Channing Tatum was in it. I don't remember anything to be honest with you.
I heard it. It kind of like people liked it, but it didn't do it wasn't very successful box
The book
office
was
wise.
just alright.
Yeah.
Was it one book or was it like a series of books?
It was one book that kept switching, stories because movies made multiple stories too. I mean, the book was around first, right? The movie was made off the book.
Gotcha. I'm with
Yeah.
you.
But we do have a lot coming out.
A lot coming up, and we never really got to give our reactions of Justice League. So if you guys are okay with it, I'd like to start there. And here's where I'm at. With Justice League. I think I like it. I liked it as much as I liked Batman vs. Superman, right? Like, I'm one of we've talked about it many times on this show, but I really enjoyed Batman vs. Superman, and I really enjoyed the Justice League. I think it delivered everything that it had to deliver to keep the DC universe, like DC movie universe, going, and I think it was funny. I think you could tell the parts that Joss Whedon came in and helped on. Like, there were clear like breaks from like the normal pacing of the movie where like there was a funny one-liner or a funny like group joke or something that would happen, and you got to think that that's where he was able to sort of put his touch on the movie. So, anyways, I really dug it. Wyatt, what did you think of it?
I really liked it. I really did. I'm kind of bummed that actually, like, generally speaking, people who have seen it or even things I've seen online, people were like, yeah, I was entertained and I liked it, but it didn't do as well as they liked over the weekend. I think it did really well because it was going to make a lot of money because of who's in it, what it is. But they were expecting it to do better. But I think that's people with their preconceptions.
Yeah.
But I really liked it. I actually have seen it twice. And 2 words, bull Superman. I mean,
that
badass.
was pretty awesome.
That's
That's pretty
fucking
awesome.
awesome.
A little upset we didn't get that. And let's go spoiler warning on this. Okay, spoiler warning. That are you okay with it, buddy? I know you haven't seen. Okay.
I thought he saw it with us.
He was not with us.
He was not
It was
there.
Gus.
It was Gus.
Mm.
It was Gus.
Oh,
Oh, it was
Gus.
Gus. That's right. Gus is the
Gus.
best. Gus is the best. No, but so spoiler warning, if you haven't seen Justice League, we're going to be talking about it here for the next couple minutes. Jump back, and we're not going to spend too long on it. Jump back in about 5 minutes, and we'll probably be off the Justice League topic. But just time check. Okay. So, no, I didn't even look. Over.
7 minutes.
Yeah,
7 minutes.
Okay, God. So, I was a little bummed when they brought Superman back to life. I thought we were going to get some of that, like, comic book Superman when he's, like, in the black suit and he had the long hair and, like,
well, Henry
that kind of
Cavill
stuff.
teased it.
Yeah,
he
didn't he?
tweeted a picture of a close-up of, like, the
Silver S.
Well, yeah, it was, like, really close up, but it was the same material as his suit, like, kind of that pattern. And it was really close, and it was black with, like, a silver line through it. And so you're like, oh, black's, Superman
Classic
suit.
Superman,
And
long-haired
he tweeted
Superman.
that. I was like, what a dick. It's not even in the movie.
Jeez, man, that's tease. But that scene was awesome. Like, when he came back and his powers were unchecked, and he, like you saw, like, how powerful he was. Now, I had one bone to pick with that scene. Like, I don't think they're doing a great job of showing how powerful Wonder Woman is. Because Wonder Woman should be Superman's, like, almost equal, right?
Well,
in terms of strength and power and...
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know. I'm sure there's some real big geeks out there that can quantify that and source the comic books, but this movie decided to make it seem like there's a big distance between the two of them.
Yeah.
But I just him swatting those guys like flies. Like he even there. And I turned after that scene was over, and I was like, I hope Thanos does that to the Avengers.
Yeah.
Like just these the Avengers like flies and makes them seem like there is nothing that's hopeless for the Avengers, and that's what you kind of want.
Yeah.
And that's what you saw when Superman came on the screen and did what he did.
Who were your, like, standout characters for the movie? Who did you, like... to me, I think the Flash was what worked really well as the Flash, even though I didn't think he was as funny as I was expecting him to be. Like, all of his good jokes, I think, were sort of used in the trailers, and I don't think that, like, he ever really got, like, a good moment to be the really funny Flash that
Do you
maybe
kind
we
of
deserved.
think they kind of gave him or him to a personality disorder kind of thing?
Sort of,
They
yeah.
like not
Yeah.
as strong Asperger's or something, but like kind of what they did with Billy Cranston in Power Rangers, where there's a definite
exactly
and Billy was like they made it a point that Billy has a problem reading people, and there is a personality disorder. And they kind of hinted to that in this one when he first met Batman.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but they, obviously that's their twist on it. But I thought he did really good. I was really shocked at how well I liked all of them. I think the Cyborg was the one I was the least.
Yeah,
I
thought for sure. I felt this way. I was like, Cyborg's gonna be boring. I don't like Cyborg in the comics. And like I thought whoever that actor was, his name is Ray Fisher or something. Ray Fisher, I think is his name. Anyways, whoever that actor was, I thought did such a good job of like making that character interesting and like, I don't know, important. And he actually was a pretty important part of the movie, like it turned out overall. And I liked Aquaman too. Like I thought Jason Momoa was
really
great.
Well,
like,
he was funny. He was
a badass.
Yeah, they made him a badass. There is a lot of questions I have at the end of that movie, like where's the mother boxes now?
Yeah.
What happened to Steppenwolf? Like we really know what's going on with him.
Yeah.
Surprised by the credits.
Let's tell us what.
I like the fastest man on the planet.
Great.
Again, you don't know the answer, which is how they left it in the comic books, at least.
So one of the first end credits is Superman and the Flash. Like Superman says something like, "Oh, all right, let's just get this over with." And the Flash is like, "I just want to thank you for doing this." Because like part of the movie, the Flash realizes that like Superman is actually as fast as him and like the only person that can move at his speed and stuff. It's a reoccurring like theme in the comics that they always race each other to like see who's the fastest. And it was like a good like let's not play with what it meant for the DC like extended universe too, right? Is that like. It's that thing where like they're showing humor again, and it's like this is fun and this is lighthearted, and these are guys with powers who are having fun doing it, which is a little bit more on the Marvel side of stuff. And
compared to
even Batman was funny in that scene. Wasn't even in that scene, but like when Batman versus Flash, he mentioned how he he hated the word brunch, or he hated brunch, and he doesn't know anything about it, doesn't understand it. And then he was like, okay, well, if I win, I get to tell everybody. And Superman's like, okay, but if and Batman told me you were going to take us out to brunch. And like even Batman funny in this scene.
That you can see the friendship between Batman and Man 2, right, and stuff like that. Yeah.
But there's a lot of questions that I had, and then there was the additional credit scene where you saw Deathstroke and Lex Luthor
starting the Legion of Doom.
The Legion of Doom, and how that's going to be, and supposedly Deathstroke's supposed to be the bad guy in the next Batman movie.
Yeah, he was. That was in like George Miller's script, and then now it's not George Miller's script, and so maybe he's not going to be in it. I mean, like. We'll get to that in a second. We'll get to the whole.
Well, they did say that we did see the announcement that the new Batman villain is a villain have not used before in the previous movie.
Right.
Deathstroke would be one of.
Yep.
But
he's an interesting one too.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool. I liked Jesse Eisenberg better as Lex Luthor in that one scene than I did in all of Batman versus Superman. I thought too. Like we had a bald Lex Luthor on a badass yacht. And he's like, I don't know. To me, like that was more of like the like conniving like Lex Luthor that I would want to see rather than Mark Zuckerberg. Jesse Eisenberg playing Mark Zuckerberg again.
I still feel like Jesse Eisenberg was a non-casting choice for that.
No,
I did not either.
Yeah, he's not a good one. I agree. Like,
I don't know if I don't know if it's as much as Jesse Eisenberg, but with how they just to portray Lex Luthor. And I think he did that portrayal well. I don't think they should have done that portrayal. I think they should have had a serious Lex Luthor instead of a goofy kid. And they chose to have a goofy kid, so Eisenberg it is, you know?
So let's end spoiler talk, but just to put a bow on this conversation, do you think that overall, like this is what I'm worried about, like overall, like there's that Batman movie that's planned, right? They've said there's going to be a Cyborg movie, there's a Green Lantern movie that's supposed to be coming out in a couple of years, that's like a buddy movie with Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan. There's all the plans in place for all of these different like DC movie, but are they going to just nuke this thing and start over at some point? Because of like people are still hating on it. And I think Justice League had better reviews. It had better reviews than Batman versus Superman, but overall, it's still like
let's look at all the movies.
Leaving a bad taste.
Because Man of Steel, people actually like that.
Yep.
People loved Wonder Woman.
Loved it. Yep.
People hated Batman versus Superman. They hated Suicide Squad, which is weird because it's like they liked it and hated it at the same time.
Yeah,
and
won an Oscar.
This movie, they just people liked but won't admit it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so it's hard, but if you say like the track record is pretty positive. If you're thinking Man of Steel, Wonder Woman amazing, then this one's pretty good too.
What's Man of Steel have in terms of like critical reviews though? I like that one. I actually saw